Why, hello, welcome to the Cat Girl Film Podcast!
That's one way to open up an intro, hearing the sound of a... Yeah, actually probably wouldn't even show up anyway.
You have to mic boost that one.
Not doing that. That's too much, that's too high, I don't get paid enough to do this. As in, I don't get paid at all. Anyway, Bryce, what are we reviewing today on this beautiful, beautiful upstairs room that's very cramped to film a podcast?
Well, today, we are filming our number 45s, I believe?
Yes. Yes, that's right, yes. we are still not canceled yet.
Not yet.
We're still going.
Imagine a studio exec just comes up and is like, wait, we don't even work for you!
You know what? In this canon, I'm gonna say the frog is our executive, and somehow he still hasn't noticed that we've snuck into this studio to record episodes for this podcast. But yes, we are reviewing number 45. What movies are we doing today?
I believe today we are doing my number 45, which is Goldfinger.
Yes, and then my number 45 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Which, I believe we'll be starting off with you today.
Oh, wonderful, because I can't remember who started first last time. Alright, what can be said about Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Before we start with, our normal how we review things, talk about our four things, let's just give a general overview. What can be said about Monty Python and the Holy Grail that we have not said before? Because honestly, I got nothing.
This is one of the most quotable movies that's ever been put out, probably. Like,
not even just quotable, but between me and you, this is probably the most watched movie that we have watched together, probably ever since we've known each other.
Yeah.
My God, I can't remember how many times we've seen it. I mean, yes, we have quoted it a bunch.
Yes.
A whole bunch.
This is one of those movies you really want to watch in a group.
Yes.
Because this is a group movie, but let me tell you, this is actually a very strange movie for me to review for this, because this is the first time I've actually watched it alone in years.
Oh, man.
I've always watched this movie in groups, because the first time I ever watched it, I watched it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since then, I always watched it with someone else. This is the first time I've watched it alone in what I'm guessing must be like 15 years.
Yeah, because, of course, when I first saw this movie, I was alone, and it might have been like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So, going back to rewatching again without anybody in the room, let alone a Discord call, it just feels bizarre just to watch a movie like Monty Python and just not hear somebody spout out the line as it's being said in the movie.
This is one of those, it is a very interactive movie because of just the nature of you always watch it with a group.
Mm-hmm.
The movie has so many recognizable lines. There's if you're watching this as a group, there's probably someone's first time watching it.
Very, very rarely have I seen that. However, I have shown it to my wife, one of her friends, a few of our college friends. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's like, once you see it, you want to show everybody else it.
Yeah.
And then...
That's why I said, always watching in groups, it's someone's first time watching it. Because when I show it to a group, there's I bring it up, and then a bunch of people will say a quote, and someone in the group will go, I haven't seen that. And then we pause what we're doing, we watch that movie.
Yep. Honestly, there's only going to be one other movie within our list that is Monty Python related. You probably already know if you keep up with the podcast. I will probably be watching that alone again. And I don't know. I don't even know if it's a movie that could be comparable, with the Holy Grail.
This
is a unique movie that's hey, a bunch of people love fantasy, whether it's Robin Hood or Lord of the Rings, and they just want to show it to people.
Yeah. And
it is a very perfect movie to get the people together to watch. I kind of wonder what it would be like to... I don't do it. I really want to see what it's like to see people watching this movie when they're either hammered drunk or in really strong substances. Because this movie was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it would probably make sense to do it then.
And if you've seen some of the Monty Python skits, they probably were on some stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, before we start with the four things, should we at least introduce who Monty Python is. Because
Yeah.
if you've seen the movie, I'm almost certain that you may not know the troupe that inspired so many others after them. The one and only, the many only Monty Python.
Yeah. So, first things first, this is directed by Terry Gilliam.
Yes.
Which, we'll be talking about him again not too long, like just a few episodes.
Yep.
But the rest of them are Monty Python, who is famously a British comedy troupe.
Yes.
They had a show, I can't remember the network, was it the BBC? I don't think it was the BBC, was it?
It might have been the BBC, but I don't remember for sure. It would make sense if it was in the BBC.
Yeah,
but...
BBC's kind of like the biggest British channel, so.
Yes.
But, they had this, show called Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Yes.
It was a sketch comedy show.
Honestly, the best way you can, make it... The best way to describe it, it could be kind of considered their version of Saturday Night Live, maybe?
In the sense that it's the same genre.
Yeah.
It's the same genre as in sketch comedy. Saturday Night Live is a sketch comedy where week to week there is no overlapping story. Matter of fact, not even an overlapping story within the episodes. It is minute to minute different things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Which sketch comedy kind of does well in a modern media because you can kind of clip it out and just show the one sketch opposed to having to watch the whole episode. Mm-hmm. But with that said, they did have a sketch comedy show. And eventually they went on to make, well, this movie.
Yep.
Monty Python the Holy Grail, which has no budget whatsoever. This movie has no budget.
Well, no. It does have a budget. It is there. And the funny thing is, I always found was how they went about trying to get money for it.
Yep.
They had to go through a bunch of different people begging for money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they asked the progressive rock band at the time, Pink Floyd, for money, and they said, "Oh yeah, sure, here's some money. Do whatever you want."
Yep. Because Pink Floyd was a fan of Flying Circus.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Which
yeah,
was it? Sid Barnett that did that? I'm trying to remember.
Well, Sid Barrett, he would have been long gone by then.
Oh, would he have been gone?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, Barrett left Pink Floyd in the late 60s.
Oh, late 60s. Okay, never mind then.
So it would have probably been either David Gilmour or Roger Waters that would have probably provided the money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyway, yes, Monty Python, sketch comedy group, turned movie actors.
Yep.
What the hell kind of movie did they make?
It is, so they come from a background of sketch comedy.
Yes.
So the movie is very much, it does have an overarching story.
Yes.
But scene to scene has its own kind of story going on.
Yeah, like each scene, it's like a scene featuring a different character in a different scenario that usually tries to fill in the tropes of fantasy, because they are spoofing fantasy.
Yeah.
Like Robin Hood and his knights, not Robin Hood. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
Mm-hmm. Which this is like classic Hollywood fantasy.
Yes.
We're not talking like Lord of the Rings or like dark fantasies. We're talking like
Arthurian legends, basically. Yeah. So, we shall begin with our 4 criteria of this movie. Starting with writing.
Yep.
Alright.
So, we've already tackled writing a little bit, but obviously this is a really funny movie.
Yeah.
That, like, we talked about, like, this is one of the most quotable movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
There are famously, like, it's a rite of legend, like, a rite of passage for some people in, like, nerdier groups to be able to quote the movie from beginning to end.
Yep.
Because it's a rather short movie, and that's actually quite doable to quote the movie from beginning to end. Not in the sense that there's not a lot of words, it's just everything they say is so memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is hard for me to, like, watch this movie and pinpoint being like, this was probably, like, a cuttable thing. Like, almost every joke is memorable and a hit.
Yeah.
There are very, very few jokes, which is, like, subjective for this one, to say that almost every joke is a hit joke.
Now, here's the big question, though. What is your favorite scene from this movie?
Who is the legendary Black Beast of... And then the artist suffered a fatal heart attack.
No, that was a good one, too.
That's probably my favorite.
Let's see, my favorite is the burning of the witch.
Yes.
The trial.
Bada! She turned me into a newt!
A newt?
Like got better.
Always a classic. It's either that one. I really love the beast that is just the little rabbit, and the king just says, "Just go slay it."
Just chop its head off.
Yeah, and then
Boris chopped its head off. One rabbit stew coming right up.
Shoot, I can barely quote it now, but it's the prayer about the grenade, the holy grenade.
And you shall remove the holy pin and count to 3.
Not
Not to 4 or 5, but to 3. You also shall not count unless it is also preceded by 3.
It's either that one or the classic one that I know the backstory to, the Black Knight.
Yes! I'll bite your legs off!
It's just but a flesh wound. No.
Tis but a flesh wound.
No.
Your bleeding arm is off!
No, it isn't. I've had worse.
You liar!
So good.
Yes, as you can see, this is an extremely quotable film. Mm-hmm. Extremely quotable. And like, yeah, this is also one of those movies that has tons of little trivia points that, like, as we said, you could watch in a group and someone could be like, by the way, those horses. Like, you can do the little trivia things as well. Yep. So, like...
Or how about the castle in the entire movie? It's just the same one from different sides.
Yeah, different angles.
And at one point, they literally had to make a model out of it. And they pointed out in the movie. It's only a model.
Camelot. Camelot. It's just a model. Shh.
Let's just not go to Camelot. It's just but a city place. That's a good one too.
Yes, and then the famous Camelot song. And...
Oh yeah, we're Knights of the Round Table. I can't do. No, we're not dancing on the table. This thing is fragile. It's got Lincoln's face on it. Anyway.
Which, that song is the origin of when this movie got its play adaptation, Spamalot.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Spamalot.
Yeah, which is the play adaptation of this movie.
Yes. Oh boy.
Which is also very good in its own right. So.
Yeah. All around, the comedy and writing in this movie, superb.
Yep.
You cannot go wrong with it.
Yeah, this is... If you're looking for a really funny movie, this is like... If you are a comedy... Like, someone who loves watching comedy movies, this is a must-watch.
Yes.
Like, even if you're not someone who likes watching comedies, this is kind of a must-watch. This is one of the very, very few movies I can recommend to everyone.
Honestly, maybe if you don't like British humor...
Yeah.
Which is very dry.
Yeah.
It's very, very dry humor, which I adore. I love dry humor. Which, at least a large amount of people around our age do like it as well. At least more sarcastic humor.
The only thing I want to discuss before moving on is the ending.
Oh, God.
Because the ending has one of the dumbest jokes that always catches someone offhand.
Yep, it caught my wife and her friend off guard whenever I first showed them the movie.
Because it's a really, really dumb joke.
Yep.
It's so dumb.
They honestly thought, basically the ending is pretty much where there's going to be a giant battle that's about to happen.
Yep. They're building up, there's like a 3-minute sequence maybe. The knights are building up, they're ready to siege the castle, they're showing all of the knights forming. King Arthur steps to the forward, holds his sword aloft, and yells, "Charge!" And they charge towards the castle, and then all of a sudden, like, 3 police cars come out of nowhere and, like, cut them off.
Yep. And honestly, whenever I first saw the movie all by myself, I was caught off too. I was like, wait, what? And then whenever we watched the movie, I remembered, oh yeah. During the movie, there was a historian talking about King Arthur legends and whatnot. And I don't know who exactly it was that killed him, but it was one of...
Yeah, it was in background knight.
Yeah, it was a background knight that killed him. And then during the movie, eventually you see, like, oh, there are the police that are investigating the death of this historian, and his wife is grieving on the side.
Yeah, but, like, the more notable thing is that police appear.
Yes.
They arrest King Arthur, and, it's not Guinevere, but it's like...
Oh, hey, it's just fulfilling that joke right there. They killed the historian, so they just decided to bring in the police.
Yeah. So they arrest up, like, the main characters. They push everyone back, and the cop comes over and shuts off the police camera. And the joke there is... The ending is a cop out.
Yep.
That's the joke.
But
it's a cop-out. It's a dumb joke. It's such a dumb ending joke.
Hey, it works, though.
Yeah, no, it really works. It's like, it's one of those movies, it just feels like it ends out of nowhere.
Yep.
Because it's just like, wait, it's over? What happened? And then for a lot of people, you have to explain the ending. It's like, it's a cop-out.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's such a dumb ending. But that's the thing I was wanting to bring up, because that's a thing a lot of people miss when watching it.
Yep. Alright. Acting.
So one thing that has to be brought up here. This is a very small cast.
Yes.
Because it's only a handful of people, which are the Monty Python crew.
Yep.
Which is made up of like 7 people, I think.
6 people, thereabouts.
6 people, around that. Not a lot. And there's a lot more than 6 or 7 characters in this movie. A lot more. Because there's probably like close to 20 characters in this movie.
Somewhere around there, if you really want to be generous.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have a large group of women that are living in a castle.
That's true, yeah.
And then you have, like, this giant army that is going about. And then you have the Frenchmen.
Yeah, so what I was predominantly referencing there is obviously King Arthur.
How about this? Predominantly the main cast.
Yeah.
Which is very small, but you have a ton of extras.
Yeah, there's a lot. Because, once again, this movie is written scene to scene. So there is a lot of characters that are there only for that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you wind up getting a lot of extras characters that are like, they just need to be there to fill the scene. And because there's not a lot of actors, they reuse actors for a lot of different parts. Mm-hmm. Just to fill in this one character. And sometimes for some scenes, which I think they did very well, an actor that is in that scene also plays multiple characters in that scene. And they just use smart camera work around it. Yeah. But, honestly, they do a good job of hiding it. That there's a very small cast to this. There's only a few actors. I think they did an amazing job of hiding that. And each of them alone are strong enough comedy actors and character actors alone that they can easily pull these extras' parts.
Yes. Now, how about this? I'm trying to think here. Who has the best, who shined the best out of the entire Monty Python crew, if you can recall their names?
I'm having a hard time remembering their names off the top of my head.
Yeah, to be fair, there is a decent amount of them that are pretty hard to keep up with.
What's the name of the guy? He plays Lancelot, the Chase.
Oh, God. I don't think it was Terry.
No, it wasn't Terry.
And it wasn't Gleason.
Yeah, well, obviously it wasn't Cleese. Cleese is very identifiable. Cleese has one of those faces.
He has a very long, lanky face.
Yeah.
And, of course, Chapman's...
Chapman's obviously not it, so...
Yeah.
Graham Chapman. So.
Yep. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think he does one of the strongest in this movie, honestly. Yeah. So.
Oh, man. Is there anything else for acting?
No, honestly.
It's honestly just good.
Yeah, like, this is
it's serviceable.
It's unique in its acting perspective. Because it almost does take on, like, a play's way of how it handles acting. Mm-hmm. Where someone's not in the scene, so why not use that actor instead of getting a brand new actor? Why not just use one that's already in the movie and just have them play that character?
Yes.
Which, you just need to be a strong character actor to do, and obviously all the people from Monty Python, they had cut their teeth on character acting long before this movie. Yep. Long before it. Because Flying Circus ran for a while. Ran for many seasons, even though I'm pretty sure this aired after like 2 seasons of Flying Circus or something like that. Not very long.
No, I think they ended Flying Circus and then they started making movies.
Yeah. Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think Flying Circus didn't ran... Actually, no, I'm thinking of a different comedy troupe that did a TV show. I do think they made a few seasons, and then they started doing movies. Because I do remember they ended the show so they could actually focus on movies.
Okay.
Because, it would diverge resources and stuff. That's common for... If a TV show is going to get a movie and stuff, they know, okay, we're going to have to divert all of our resources into the movie because it's going to take more time for us to do that. Because, writers, anybody that's working on the movie, they're going to have to put more resources into that.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to do both a TV show and a movie at the same time.
Yeah, but that's acting if you have anything you want to say.
No, I just think... it's not an Oscar-nominated level acting, which it doesn't need to be. It's just supposed to be making fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, production.
Imagine if this movie won an Oscar.
At least I'd have more respect to the Academy.
Yeah, imagine the Academy nominating this movie even. Oh my god, the bravery of whoever wrote that nomination.
Oh, man.
Either way.
Honestly, imagine if it came out today. There's movies that make for your consideration for the Oscars. Just imagine.
Oh my god.
Imagine they put in The Black Knight for Best Supporting Actor.
If Monty Python had infinite money, I am totally imagine they would have done that.
Uh-huh.
I totally could see them doing that if they just had infinite money to be like, yeah, no, sure, let's just pay money for your consideration for the Academy Awards. Like, that seems totally like them. By the way, production.
Production, yes.
So as I said, this is a low budget movie.
Yes.
Not like the lowest budget. This isn't like Blair Witch low. But, like, this is a low-budget movie.
I don't think we have a movie in our top 50 that's Blair Witch low.
Probably not.
Good lord. Hey, made it good, though.
Yeah, but this is one of the lowest-budget movies we do have on the list.
Yes.
And you can kind of tell.
I mean, they didn't have the money to buy horses.
Yeah, like, one of the most famous trivia bits about the movie is that they didn't have money to buy the horses, so they came up with the joke of all the horses are just a sound effect.
Yep, they're just coconuts clapping against each other. It works, though. What else would there be? I mean, I feel like it falls more in the design aspect, like the costuming and stuff. It's very cheap. Everything is cheap. And I mean, literally, they had the whole production of, like say, the sets, like, in a village and stuff. Just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is very stereotypical Middle Ages type stuff, which, as a historian, the Middle Ages were not full of shit like that. There were shit, but there's not a lot of shit, if that makes any sense.
It might sound like we're crap-talking the movie with this. However, it is the poor production that actually adds to it.
Yes, it's so good to it.
Because it doesn't come across as like, oh, this is a badly made movie. This comes across as, like, more hectic. And it's just like, what is going on? I feel like I'm watching 6 dudes that managed to steal a movie camera. And it just adds to the chaos of the movie.
I like to imagine it's actually them playing as their characters, and they just went into a movie studio and stole all the equipment that they could.
Like, yeah, it just adds to the humor of the movie. Or you're watching this and you can't help but watch this and be like, I feel like I could make this movie. Like, it's just so simple.
Yep. Also, there has been a fair amount of, like, parodies of the Holy Grail, which is very funny, because it's actually a parody of King Arthur, and yet people are making parodies of a parody of another parody.
Yeah.
Or at least you could say a parody. Yeah. Honestly, there really ain't much to say about production on my end, I don't think.
Yeah, no, like...
It's just simple, but it works.
Yeah.
It just works.
These guys knew how to spend their no money. They were like, this movie is going to have no money, so let's lean into that. And they leaned into it, and they used the money on things that actually matter the money to be used for. And it's like, we could cut here? Alright, let's cut it to nothing.
If only they had money in the budget to make a model of the model. I could see them doing that.
But yes.
Design.
Finally is design. Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets into...
I mean, the best thing I can say about with design, though, is, like, where they filmed the movie, like, some of the sets and stuff. Hey, at least it looks right.
Yeah. They're very clever with the design, because we talked about a few things with this. Like, the model, for example. They couldn't get permission to film at multiple castles, and they didn't have the money to get to film at multiple castles. So, they spent their money properly, and they just used the same castle at different angles.
Yep.
Like, it's a very clever design choice, and it looks like different castles every time.
I just love how they reference it anyway, just calling it, just saying, oh, it's only a model.
And as I referenced before, there's a bunch of people who play similar characters throughout the movie. Yes. And the makeup and costuming is believable enough that on an initial viewing, you might not realize it's just the same 6 or 7 people. Like, it's actually pretty hard to, like, realize just on the first, like, viewing, just because of how good they are.
Oh, man.
Which sometimes attributed to the acting, but I think a decent amount should still be attributed to costuming.
Yeah. It makes everything feel iconic at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why people still go to Ren Fair conventions as the Monty Python crew.
Oh, yeah. Like, they are ridiculously iconic. They knew how to design.
Yep.
But moving on to the final bit here, if you don't have anything else to say about design.
Nope, really, not really.
Would you recommend this movie?
Obviously,
yeah. This is the easiest recommendation. This movie is one of the very, very few movies. I have a very small list of movies I probably could recommend this to literally everyone.
Yes.
There is... Most movies, it comes with a caveat of like, you might not like this, or you might not like this. This movie
It's got pretty much everything.
Yeah, like, this movie could genuinely be enjoyed by just about everyone.
You have to be a real stick in the mud to not like it.
Yeah,
though.
like, honestly. Like, you have to be someone who would sit there and be like, let me tell you about Arthurian times. And, like, trying to, like, tackle this, like, historically. And it's just like, you completely are missing this movie. Like, misunderstanding this movie. Like, it does not effing matter. Effing God comes down from heaven.
Look, exactly. Listen. What people should do is that they should bring everybody together. And there would be much rejoicing.
They all rejoiced.
Yay! Bring this movie out and bring out your strongest substances and your finest wines and your beautiful maidens. And enjoy this movie with your bountiful friends.
If you have not seen this movie, this is one of the very few times I do not have to give any caveats.
Yep.
If you've not seen this movie, go watch it.
Yep.
No, like, ifs, ands, no, like, okay, there's this and that. This movie, it even comes free on YouTube, significantly. And you can probably find it online for, like, $1.
Are you kidding me? I'd be very shocked if they actually did charge people $1, let alone $0.25.
Like, yeah, this is... You can find this movie for free. Easily. Like, not even, like, trying to pirate it. It's probably just uploaded on YouTube, the full thing. Like...
To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if they uploaded this to Pornhub. I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
Anyway.
like...
Ugh.
It's superly readily available. You can get it for free. And it's so worth the watch.
Yeah. Well, with that said, how would you rate this out of 10?
It's a 10. It's an easy 10.
It's a very easy 10.
Like, yeah.
I love this movie. However, going back a couple years ago and rewatching and comparing it to another Monty Python movie, it's not my favorite.
We'll get back to that.
I can't wait. I love the next one. But you'll have to wait quite a while, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, you put that far up the list. So.
Oh, yeah, and then you know what? I do not regret that one bit. I believe it's high enough to go up there.
So then moving over to my number 45.
Yes.
Goldfinger.
I was honestly expecting you to do in that Banach.
Goldfinger.
Yep.
He's the man. The man with the golden gun.
If we get copyright claims, I'm going to kill you.
Are you kidding me? My singing's not that good.
Okay, yes, we are reviewing Goldfinger, James Bond.
Yes, this is Sean Connery, and I believe this is the third James Bond movie.
Yes.
First one is Dr. No. Second one is From Russia with Love. Third one, Goldfinger.
And funnily enough, so before we start with our quadratic, is quad 4?
Yes.
Okay, quad. Our quadratic equation of what makes a good
Quadratic
movie.
formula?
This is our quadratic formula of a good movie.
Thanks, Robin Nugent.
Yep. Anyway, let's say a little bit about James Bond.
Yes. So, obviously all the James Bond movies are based off of the book by Ian Fleming.
Fleming.
Yes, Ian Fleming. He wrote a series of books, like 30 or something like that. Books around the character James Bond, 007.
Whatever happened to 006?
I mean, they all exist in the universe.
Oh.
All the double aughts exist, so. They get talked about. They even are referenced in this movie.
Oh, yeah. They referenced 008.
Yes. But the books were based off of that. One of them got like a movie adaptation at some point, but then like they actually decided, like a British film company decided, okay, we're actually gonna make these, and they made Dr. No, That did very well. They had Sean Connery, a very young Sean Connery, even though he still looks like a dinosaur. Sean Connery's never been one of those men that looked young.
I would not be surprised if it was like a Benjamin Button situation where he was birthed and he had like a full chest of hair and a slick.
He was born with a jawline so chiseled it cut his way out.
Oh God, no! I got that image in my head. I hate. Get out of here.
But yes, this is the third one. They made Dr. No, that did very well. They did From Russia with Love, that did very well, and then there's this one. If you know anything about James Bond, it is because of this movie. The classic with like, yes. And then like coming across the screen, you're looking down the gun barrel, fires back, blood, like the gun barrel shakes and the red comes across it.
Yeah,
like that originates from this movie. Like a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, the only reason why I know about Goldfinger was it's usually ranked very high among Bond fans as one of the best ones. And it introduced a bunch of the tropes that are associated with James Bond, let alone spy movies.
Yes, so we get the Bond girls, we get the ridiculous gadgets, we get to see Q, like, we get Moneypenny, all of the typical James Bond stuff.
Yes.
And this also has one of the most famous scenes, like you probably know from James Bond, that without having seen it, him strapped to a table with a laser slowly cutting up the table, followed by... Talk! No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Yep.
Like
you got the villain monologuing as he's got the hero strapped into a death machine.
Yeah. Like, this is the James Bond movie.
Yep.
If you ever are like, I never seen James Bond, and I want to know, like, I want to see the typical James Bondisms, watch Goldfinger.
I feel like this probably had... I think maybe I've seen I've never seen Goldfinger before this for the review here. I think I've seen a fair bit of parodies of James Bond in different TV shows or media. And I feel like... And as I was watching Goldfinger, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that reference before. Yeah. I've seen that one reference before. And that one.
This movie gets parodied to crap. This is the James Bond movie. If you've seen a James Bond parody, it's parodying this movie.
Yes.
Like, this is... Of the James Bond movies, this is the most influential, and for a good reason. This is a great movie, in my opinion. So, I love this movie.
You ready for a hot take?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, fair enough.
I wouldn't say it's a jaw-dropping amazing. I can see how influential it is, but I wouldn't call it like, oh my god, it's an amazing piece. I was like, no, I just thought, that's good. I don't really feel the need to gloat too much about it, but I do think it's like, yeah, it's good. Like, if I've never seen James Bond and if I saw this one first, yeah, I would say this is very good. Like, probably one of the best ones, but I do not know how many James Bond movies I have seen, because I don't think I've seen really that many beforehand anyway.
Yeah.
I think I've seen maybe one or two of Daniel Craig's.
Yeah, the more, like, if you've seen James Bond, you probably saw the more recent ones, just because they're more readily available.
Yeah.
And they...
But this was actually, I think, the first time I actually saw a James Bond movie with Sean Connery all the way through.
Ah, nice.
Yes, so we'll talk more about that when we get to acting.
Yes, so...
Let's talk about writing.
Writing. So, as we were saying, this is a very iconic movie. Obviously, a lot of this is adapted from Ian Fleming.
Yes.
So, he wrote the book Goldfinger. And the movie around here revolves around the plot of the villain Goldfinger, a gold smuggler who gains his profit from actually taking gold from one area and taking it to another area that has gold, sells gold at a higher value. Yes. So he basically profiteers off that, which is called gold smuggling.
Yep.
This used to be a thing. Nowadays, it's not as much. You can still see it a bit, but...
It could possibly make a comeback because people are really wanting to buy gold nowadays.
Yeah. But nowadays we see like a universal gold market, opposed to a regional market.
Yes.
Probably
more people are doing cryptocurrencies nowadays. Which,
that is, back in this day, that was a form of profiteering. It was very illegal.
Yeah.
And so this movie is revolving around Goldfinger. He gains his money from smuggling gold, and he is a crook. You get that from the very beginning. He wants nothing but to gain.
Yep.
He will do anything.
He refuses to lose.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to gambling, for example.
Yeah, the opening scene has him actively cheating.
Yep.
Him probably spending more money just trying to win games than he is actually, like, getting off the game.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's another instance of, like, he'll take rules very, very seriously, at least, like, on the face of it. For example, like, the golf match that him and James Bond have. Also, that's probably my favorite scene out of the entire movie because I liked how cleverly done it was.
Schlesinger #1.
That's right, yes. What else is there? I feel like these... Oh, well, hang on, go ahead. Yes.
But this is following, well, the company as they are commissioning 007, James Bond, to track down Goldfinger and figure out how he is smuggling the gold. And in the midst of all of that, him figuring all that out, he comes across Goldfinger conspiring with it doesn't specify what country, but an eastern country that is giving him significant funds to rob Fort Knox.
Yep.
Which, if you don't know, there is a saying in England called more armed than Fort Knox.
Honestly, it's more or less around the world because Fort Knox, if you don't know, it's where the U.S. has its massive gold supply.
Yes.
Overwhelmingly so.
And because the U.S. is one of the countries that is the most funding for its military, is one of the most fortified locations in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe only second to the Pentagon. Like, it is one of the most fortified places in the world.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, this movie is revolving around that Goldfinger attempting to rob Fort Knox. And James Bond's attempts to thwart him. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it has all the typical James Bondisms in this. So when I'm talking about writing, obviously this is one of, like, if you're thinking of James Bond things that have been parodied, this is the movie. So, yeah. Obviously this has some of the most iconic James Bond writing in it. And, obviously... all of the one-liners.
Yeah.
All of the one-liners.
The tongue-in-cheek humor.
Yeah.
That pretty much solidified what James Bond is. Like, toying around with his villains and stuff like that. And his wit to woo the girl.
Yeah.
And it's there.
The other thing I want to talk about with writing is... this writing goes a lot more influential than it is on the surface, so you have to think the time period. Because this movie came out, and then just a few short years later, the action movie craze began. With, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, and all of those guys that would come up there, they would shoot a bazooka at you, and then say a one-liner.
Yeah, I can see that. See how Goldfinger influenced that generation of... big buffy men saying a one-liner with a bazooka in hand.
Yeah, like, this movie changed how you write for an action movie. Mm-hmm. It's not just like... sure, like, the action in it isn't the best type of action you'll see. But it's the writing of how you move that type of action along and how you have how you write for a character in those that changed it.
Yes.
So, like, that is where I feel like a lot of people underappreciate Goldfinger, because it changed how people write for an action movie. Not just like, oh, it's the typical James Bond movie. It changed action films. It has a permanent effect on that. Yep. So.
Now, let's see. There is one criticism I have for the writing.
Alright.
I guess this hits into my own sensibilities a little bit, like living today nowadays, but I kind of agree with some of the criticism of Bond for today. Him pushing really hard to get the girl to like him.
Yes.
Is very uncomfortable. Because I remember, like, towards, like, the end of the movie with one scene where she doesn't want to kiss him at all, but he keeps on going, and as soon as he kisses her, she melts away into his embrace.
Yeah, that is a very ridiculous part of the movie.
That's so ridiculous. Like, on one hand, that's sexual assault, obviously, but also, that is so stupid that I can't even suspend my own disbelief on that. Like, there's nobody would do that.
Yeah, it's one of those, I watch it, it's just so dumb I can't help but laugh at it. So I enjoy it. It goes the other way around for me, where I'm like, okay, that's so stupid, I love it. It's so bad.
It breaks my immersion with the movie and trying to keep interest into it. But when it happens, it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I can understand for a lot of people when they watch that, it's just like, ugh, that's kind of gross. But for me, it's so dumb. It reaches, like, anime levels of, like, okay, this is so unbelievably dumb, I can't help but laugh at it.
That's fair. Oh, my God. I don't really have much else to say about the writing.
Yeah,
I mostly enjoy it, except for that whole tidbit with the Bond girl trying to do all that. It's like,
yeah, no, that is one of the more dated ones, I will agree.
It's very, very dated. All right, acting.
Yes, so, as we said, this is Sean Connery, and you had a few things you wanted to say about that.
Yeah, I can see why people usually would say Sean Connery is the best Bond.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely fits into the role very well. It just feels weird seeing him being quote-unquote younger. Let's see, he was born in 33 or 30.
Around that, yeah.
So he would have been like in his late 30s to early 40s by the time this movie came out.
And he looks like he's in his 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, dude looks like he's in his 50s or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He looks like a stereotypical 1950s dad or whatever.
Yeah, he kind of does, yeah.
And then you have it, like, this was obviously the 1970s where nobody wanted to shave. Anywhere. So
outside of their chin.
Outside of their chin.
You can't have anything on your chin. You can get away with a mustache. That's about it.
But yeah, Pete fits the role perfectly. Like, I can see how iconic people see his James Bond as.
Yeah.
It's quintessential.
Every other James Bond has been trying to be this James Bond ever since then.
Maybe Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's like the only one that's like he's tried doing his own different thing.
Yeah, so like he has some of the similar James Bond quirks, but he changes it just enough to where this is Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Yeah.
And then you have, of course, Sean Connery's James Bond.
Yeah. Hence why those are like, when you think of James Bond, you think of those two. Yes. You think of Sean Connery, the original, and then you think of Daniel Craig, who was like the brutal, realistic James Bond.
Yes.
Which are two very different eras of James Bond, obviously.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not picking up too much.
No. Oh, no, it isn't. I've checked it before.
But, yeah, I like the acting. Obviously, Goldfinger himself, the actor they got for him, does a great, despicable, mustache-twirling type of villain.
One of the funniest things I noticed, like, whenever I researched into the movie a little bit more, they did call back in the movie saying, oh yeah, he's British, but you wouldn't think that based on his accent. And I even thought about it as I was researching. I was like, why did they say that? And it's like, oh, he's from Germany.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. Which is super... Honestly, that'd probably be the most insulting thing you could say to a German. Oh, are you from England? They'd probably look at you really funny and think, I stifle.
Honestly, that's insulting to anyone from Europe that's not from England.
Yep.
They'd be like, oh, are you from England? Especially if you're from anywhere else on the British Isles that's not England.
I was about to say, if you say that to a Scot or a Irishman, oh God, if it was an Irishman, I'd pray for your soul.
I think an Irishman would actually shoot you on the spot. You're like, oh, you're from England?
Oh, Bryce, they're more civilized than that. They'd beat you in the head with a whiskey bottle. Sorry.
You're calling the Irish... I'm pretty sure the Irish will kill you with anything that's in the hand's reach.
Yeah, a whiskey bottle. Gotcha.
I think it's more a Guinness for them.
And?
Guinness isn't a whiskey.
And?
Alright.
Anyway. Yeah, like those two. Good acting. Everybody else, I mostly thought, okay. I just thought they were mostly serviceable.
Yeah, no.
I feel like one of the other dated things in the movie, it's very much a trope from the time, where if you had a character that is a person of color, and they have a very prominent role in the movie, most of the time they have them be mute.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that before.
Because they do that with Oddjob. However, they do defy the stereotype a little bit with Oddjob.
Yeah.
Because normally... So Oddjob's like the muscle in the movie. He is the formidable henchman. However, he is of Asian descent.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, if you have an Asian henchman in this era of movies, you don't have them be the muscle. Mm-hmm. You have them be the conniving, like
scientist or something like that.
Yeah. And then you have you have like an African man or a Pacific Islander or like a Samoan be the muscle.
You have them be the mute muscle. They do technically have a Asian man that is like the scientist, but he doesn't really speak.
Yeah,
at all.
No, that's
Sling.
He gets like 3 minutes of screen time.
Yep,
and
he
has all in the background.
He has more screen time, but yeah, he's not like a very active presence in the movie.
He's purely background, honestly.
I mean, he's supposed to represent China's interest in all of this.
Yeah. So,
all around though, like the acting beyond Sean Connery and the actor playing Goldfinger, there's really not much else. Mostly thought it was just serviceable.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, production.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So obviously, this is a very well-produced movie.
What was the budget for this movie? Because they went everywhere.
It's not as high as you think it is.
Like, they go to... Let's see, they went to Geneva, I think?
Yes.
Was it Belarus, I believe they went to?
Possibly.
Of course, they went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
They
were in Kentucky for a long bit.
I can't wait to talk about Kentucky here in a second. It's going to be funny.
But yeah, they were somewhere in the Swiss Alps.
Miami.
Yes, they started in Miami, yeah.
They just were everywhere.
Yeah. I think they also were somewhere in Central America as well, I think.
I don't think so. I don't remember them being...
It's very beginning.
Oh, when he was... it was like the introduction.
Yeah, where he explodes the silo and all that. Yeah. So I think there was a short bit there. Like,
I don't think I saw the bit saying that it was in South America or something.
No, like Central America. Like somewhere like in somewhere in like Guatemala or like somewhere in the Caribbean. Like somewhere cheap to film. So like that's not like a big budget thing. It's like...
Yeah. Let's see. Other than locations that they went to, wouldn't this fall under production too? The amount of stuff that they used?
Yes.
Good lord, the gadgets. And also the iconic car.
Yeah, I'll be talking more about that in design.
Yes, design, yes. But all the things that they used.
The special effects that are used for this as well, because obviously one of the most famous scenes in the movie, strapped to the table with the laser slowly cutting up. Mm-hmm. Like, that is one of the most iconic scenes, and it's done amazingly. Yeah. And they do a good job with actually, like, representing, like, the whole scenes going through Fort Knox. Because obviously they're not filming in Fort Knox.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a world where they're actually filming in Fort Knox.
I'd be amazed if they said, oh yeah, sure, you can film in Fort Knox.
But they do, like, a great job of, like, doing a simulation where you're watching this, like, yeah, no, I totally believe that this is an American military base and that this is Fort Knox. And they do a great job of, like, simulating, it's like, yeah, no, this seems like an impenetrable base. Mm-hmm. And, like, in addition to that, all the extras do their great job with that as well.
Yes.
Because I'm linking this as, like, a bit of a production thing of, they do, like, a great job of, like, being able to manage this. Because there's, like, a huge, like, gunfight scene throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah, like, it actually is done very, very well. Like, everybody follows what they're doing. I don't think I've ever seen a single person trip up or mess up somewhere in the gunfight scene.
Yeah.
Everything works well.
It's a bit cheesy, but...
Yeah, it's cheesy.
But, like, that's James Bond for you.
Yeah.
So if you don't like things that are cheesy, heads up, you're not going to like the original James Bond stuff, so...
I mentioned it earlier and how they were at different locations, and then in Kentucky. All I thought was when I heard them say, we're going to Kentucky, I just thought, oh, they're going to get this wrong, aren't they? But as soon as they land, you had the bluegrass music play, and then you see the horses trouncing around like it's about to be the Kentucky Derby. And then the main city that they're in, nearby Fort Knox, you just pass by different gas stations, restaurants, and of course KFC.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, yeah, they are definitely in Kentucky.
Yeah, you can tell they actually did all their filming on site.
Yep.
Like, either that or they staked out their locations amazingly.
I couldn't stop but laughing at the idea of a British man going inside of a KFC, though.
It's definitely happened. Though I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Well, no, that's just mean.
KFC sucks. It's such a bad restaurant.
I haven't had it in years, so I wouldn't know.
It's so bad. Even the guy who founded it said it was unedible. Inedible.
Well, hey, he made millions of dollars. So.
He did make millions of dollars, you're right, so.
Still, though, the the level of detail that they have, which just go into the sets, it just felt like, okay, cool. They at least cared enough to film in the appropriate places and get the right places down right. Because, like I said, gas stations, they had the Sunoco, they had the KFC, they had all these different little things. It's like, yeah, this feels like the 1960s all over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wonderful.
And then finally... Design. So obviously we hinted to this already, but we have to talk about the Aston Martin. This movie is one of the best advertisements I think I've ever seen for a car. Maybe only second to Back to the Future.
Either Back to the Future or what was that TV show from the 80s? Knight Rider.
Ah, yes. I thought you were going to go with Dukes of Hazzard.
No. Well, I guess, yeah, Dukes of Hazzard would have worked too. But no, like, I looked into it more on online, and it was like saying, oh yeah, the toy company that got the rights to make toys of the car, it was their number one selling car for years.
Yep. This movie made the Aston Martin one of the most expensive cars that has ever been put on the market. I think it's still in, like, the top 50 selling cars of all time.
I would not be shocked one bit.
Like, this movie did miracles for the Aston Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie makes the Aston Martin look like it's effing gold. It's not obviously, like, very blatant advertising, but you're watching this movie and you can't help but watch it and be like, man, this is an awesome feel. Like, this movie, they could have done this with any car, but not really.
Yeah, not really.
They had to have used an Aston Martin. And it's unthinkable to use any other car. Because, notably, the Aston Martin's not in for that long. It's only in, like, the first half. Maybe the first third. Well kind of third. But
let's see. It's introduced right at the beginning of the second act, though.
Yeah. And then it leaves by the time they get to Kentucky.
Yeah.
By the time they get to Kentucky, it's completely gone. So.
Unfortunate. Well, to be fair, that he did crash the Aston Martin.
Yeah. So,
makes sense.
But, like, that became one of the most iconic vehicles in film. Like, I would easily put James Bond Aston Martin in the top 10 most iconic, like, film vehicles.
Top 3.
Top 3, even. Wow, yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Because I think number 1 obviously goes DeLorean.
Most likely, yeah.
And then, second, maybe the Batmobile.
Yeah, just depends on which Batmobile you want to talk about.
I would be thinking 1989.
I was about to say, maybe 1989. Nolan might have a run for its money, but not really.
No, I wouldn't even put Nolan's in the top. Like, I wouldn't even put Nolan's in the top 10.
I was only thinking, like, maybe for our generation.
Nah, not even. No.
I don't know if, like, a large amount of people do love the Batman trilogy of Batman movies.
Oh yeah, no. But even then, when you think of Batman,
but in terms of Batman, yeah, for me, if I think Batman, I'm usually, if it's not gonna be from the cartoon or anything, just live action. Sometimes I think about Adam West's Batmobile. Sometimes, but no, it's more likely than not going to be Tim Burton.
Yeah, so I'm thinking number 2, probably that.
Maybe.
And then going from there, it does get a bit hard. Especially if you're considering, like, TV shows, but I would be talking about film.
Yeah.
So, like, we were obviously cutting, like, Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider and like, all those cars.
Yeah, that's true.
But, like, going into film... yeah, that's fair.
The Herbie? What's his name?
Oh,
Herbie?
Yes! Herbie!
Yeah.
The Beetle, yeah.
Because I actually saw it at a Walmart the other day in the parking lot.
Oh, that's fair. Herbie probably beats it. Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think of Herbie. That's a good one.
Well, it just recalled to me as soon as we were thinking about it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I saw it the other day.
Dang, the love bug.
Yep. Oh, man.
Man, it's been an eternity since I watched a Herbie movie.
I would say I was probably in the 3rd grade when I saw a Herbie movie the last time I saw.
It might be around the same time period for me, too.
Shoot.
God dang. We're going to have to cover a Herbie movie for this series, so at some point.
We will we'll definitely look into that.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else for design?
Well, obviously, we have to talk about the Golden Gun and things like that. Odd Job, like, all of these movies, like, all the characters in this movie, not all, but, like, a significant number of the characters in this movie, they would get a second life few decades later when GoldenEye for the N64 came out.
Oh, yeah. One of the most beloved first-person shooters to be ever made.
And one of the first multiplayer games that, like, wasn't an arcade console. Like, fight against each other.
There were multiplayer games, but, like, as one that was, like, a major selling point,
yeah,
GoldenEye definitely has it up there.
Because before then, you were talking, like, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like...
That started off as an arcade, though. But, like, I mean, like, as a game that was released...
Like, home video games.
Home video games, as it was released, first and foremost, and did not start as an arcade, you could probably make a case for Mario Kart. Perchance.
That's fair.
Perchance. But as, like, one that's, like, most people would sell it as, like, multiplayer, you would say either Mario Kart or probably GoldenEye.
Yeah. Because also Mario Party gets high up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Mario Kart came first.
Mario Kart was right? Yeah, okay. I don't remember my N64 release dates, so...
Well, Mario Kart first came out in the Super Nintendo, then it came into 64.
Okay.
Then GoldenEye, and then Mario Party soon after came after that.
Correction, I don't know my Mario timeline enough.
This is not a video game podcast.
Yeah, no, it is not. Trust me, I would do much worse at that. I'm not much of a video game guy. So.
Yeah, and that's why I would change my co-host to being somebody else.
Yeah, I can already guess who you would get for video game.
Exactly. Anyway, yes, the people like Oddjob and all these other different things, they would breathe new life into GoldenEye, which is a very iconic video game from the 1990s. However, we are not a video game podcast, so we will move on from that.
But just to show like how iconic the character designs they got for this, they would go to make that game, and they were like, "We'll bring these back. We need these again." Yep. So because I don't believe people like Oddjob are in GoldenEye. It's been a long time since I saw the original GoldenEye, but like they were like, "We should include him because it's a James Bond video game. We should include him for the game." Like,
I don't remember. I don't think I ever saw GoldenEye.
Yeah, I saw GoldenEye, but it's been a long time.
Because most of my experience is with Daniel Craig James Bond, because it's super easy to find.
That's the only James Bond stuff I have not watched. I've not watched any of the Daniel Craig ones. I watched every other James Bond up until Daniel Craig.
Interesting. Well, he just now retired from being James Bond, so...
Yeah, I heard about that. I think didn't that happen a while ago, though?
I think he retired in 2021 because it was originally going to come out in 2020, but COVID happened.
Whatever happened to Bond 25? Did they just get shelved?
Probably.
Dang.
Anyway, would you recommend this movie to people, Bryce?
This is a hard recommendation because this is definitely a personal pick.
Yeah.
This is where I watch it, I'm like, oh, I love this movie. I love British ham, and if you're an action junkie. Like, you're someone who loves action movies, this is kind of one of those. Like, go watch it for, like, its origin points. This is one of the, like, first big titles of an action movie that's not, like, effing, like, Douglas Fairbanks, like, kind of stuff. Like, this is actual, like, modern action.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's accurate. I almost wanted to say something like Dick Tracy or something, but no. No, probably not. No.
Especially not the movie that came out like the 90s.
You made me watch that one.
We're gonna watch. Heads up, we're gonna watch this for the show at some point.
Okay. I don't know if I could recommend this movie to people, to everybody.
Oh, definitely not everybody. No,
because it's definitely one of those movies. Like my parents, for example, they are watching all the James Bond movies because they got nothing else better to do. Once they're retired, it's just they don't really got much else going on besides grandkids. I don't know. I never did ask them if they watched Goldfinger already and what they thought of it.
Yeah, Goldfinger's like the third one, so if you're watching all the James Bond movies, you're probably going to watch it fairly early on.
Well, now most of them are on Netflix. They have just been recently added onto there, so that's how I was able to watch it.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I still own it physically, so I just watched that.
Yeah.
So.
How would you rate this movie out of 10?
Oh, this is an easy 10 for me. It's a personal 10. It's a very personal 10, where I could completely understand someone watching this and be like, 5. For me, it's like, I can't get it.
No, it's not a 5 for me. It's definitely not a 5. I would say this is like a comfortable 7.
That's fair.
Yeah. I could definitely rewatch this again, but it's just definitely one of those things that's like, it's definitely a dated movie in some ways, but it's definitely good for what
this is one of those movies, you could watch it and get a 10, or you could watch it and get a 5. Mm-hmm. I would be blown away if you watch this and get lower than a 5.
No, I wouldn't give it a 5.
Someone might,
There's
but like
the
most
movie-
people are not going to rate it below average.
Like, the movie is very competently well made. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a 5. I don't think it's below a 5.
Yeah, and there's nothing like too bad in it. Like, it is a very gripping plot. I was thoroughly entertained watching this movie. Deeply entertained. This movie, every time I watch it, it keeps me gripped. So,
Well,
I am
awesome.
thoroughly cinematically entertained with this movie.
Serviceable enough. Alright, for next time, with our number 44,
Mm-hmm.
we will be reviewing Throne of Blood.
By Akira Kurosawa.
Yep, our first Kurosawa movie. And our only one, actually, I think.
No, I have a bunch of Akira Kurosawas.
Oh, never mind, that's right, I remember now. And our first Tarantino movie, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. One of our very few Quentin Tarantino movies, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Because I think, yeah, we have some later ones.
I think I got 2.
Yeah, and I didn't have
overall.
any, so.
Wow. What a shocker.
None of them made my list.
That's fair.
I'm probably gonna, whenever we get around to after the top 50, I'm probably gonna have us watch a bunch of Quentin Tarantino movies. Very good direct. Anyway, that's something for us to talk about next episode.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching.